Hello everyone. So I'm currently in this market. Um, I'm in a car in the car park of the market. They've gone to buy in something. There are a few things I need to pick. I'm on my way to go see someone who lost her husband, a very dear friend of mine. My schoolmate, my childhood friend. Uh, so we just packed in here, and I can tell you, as I've been here, the number of children that have come through to ask to beg for money. It's unbelievable. It's sad. It's disheartening. It's if we continue to go this way, we are not going to achieve anything in this country, and every time we're going to be hurtling backward. And I think northern Nigeria should take responsibility for this. Muslims living in northern Nigeria. When I say this, it includes myself. I'm also responsible for this, because the biggest culprit that you see are Muslims who, using the hadith that we using the Quran, of course, Quranic verses. It's not just hadith now. From the Quranic injunction, hadith, and all of that. With the fact that men are allowed to marry more than one wife. That's what they use. But most of them do not even follow all the things that are needed for one to now be allowed to have a wife, to have even a wife, talk less of more than one wife. In Islam, if you don't have enough money to take care of yourself and another person, you're not supposed to marry. You don't marry borrowing, like you see people, someone will tell you that, oh, you should give them money to go and rent house because they are getting married to have. So if you don't have money to rent house, then marriage is not obligatory on you at all. Marriage is not obligatory. It's not a must-do thing in Islam. It's something that has to be done when you have the means, when you're matured enough emotionally, financially, physically, and all of that, for you to get married. And so in Islam, it said fast, keep fasting, for those who are talking about, because it's always tried to use sexual needs in justifying marriages or marrying or all of that. It says fast. Even as a single person, the recommendation that it's given is that you should be fasting. So therefore, why would someone go on and just keep marrying? Someone would just give someone a windfall of like 50,000 naira. The next thing, they're getting married. And I got to a place, honestly, like zakah is like taxes you pay, almost like tithes, but not the same thing as tithes. It's 1/40, about 2.5% of money. So is it certain things that you've left, that you've kept on hold for a year? If you are into properties or something, 2.5% of the rent and all of that. It got to a place when I actually stopped giving zakat to men. I would look for women who are going to use them judiciously, because you give some of them, the next thing they're getting married. You've been giving money to add to your business, maybe expecting that you add to your business will improve, will increase over time, and then you might be in a position to also start giving zakah. And the next thing that you're saying, they're getting married, the next thing they just go ahead, they've added another wife, another liability, more kids, and then what you have, they're dumping these kids on the streets. I grew up in Kano. I grew up in a place called Kwanahudu, and I always say to people, there are a lot of youth. More than 70% of youth were on drugs. The first time I said this, around 2014, I remember I was attacked so severely. But I'm sure now not many people are talking about the fact that there's no drug issue in the northern part of the country. And when we have vices, and when these vices are being pointed out, it's not that one is trying to abuse people from the north. Every region in Nigeria has its own vices. I mean, if you go to the southern part of the country, it's the same thing. Where you're talking about Yahoo 419, you're talking about a lot of things. These are vices that we always also are dealing with. You're talking about, there's so many things there. So when we focus on one and you're picking one and you're talking about it at that time, it's not that you're hating the region, it's not that you're being disrespectful, it's not bigotry. It's just pointing out what the issues are, and the fact that we all need to come together and work on all of this and all of these issues. I mean, it's our responsibility. So I grew up in this area where most of the youth did drugs, and you see someone will say to you, can they please borrow money from you so that the next election, the next protest, they will pay you. Yes, the next protest, because some people lived off protest, and for them, sorry, not protest, the next riot, not protest, that the next riot they're going to pay you. So people live off, riots, and for them that's their way of life. That's the only place they can get something. Most of this youth that were into so many vices, and I'll tell you, most of them were brought in as almajiris, that parents left them to go fend for themselves, be like students. Almajiris is supposed to be like a boarding school, but you don't put a child on boarding school and just let them be. They just throw them on the streets. They can't feed them, and all of that. They can't take responsibility for them. So these are children who grew up no love, nothing. They've seen inhumanity at its worst. They've been treated anyhow. Some of these children have been on the street since they were 3. There are some that for a year or so they don't shower. There's something they call, is it kanzua? They used to call it on their body. You see like green something, like almost growth on somebody's body, coming out. And so that's the kind of life that most of them have actually lived. And so how do you expect them to feel love? How do you expect them to feel anything when they are killing someone or burning someone's property or doing anything? They've seen a lot. They've seen their friends die before their eyes where nobody did nothing. And so this is what had been going on with most of this children, and then they grow into adults, no job, nothing, no learning, no trade, nothing, and they go into different things. So for me, honestly, we should get to a place where there's prosecution, where there's attack, where there's something that if you do not take care of your child, if you put your child on the street, you should be arrested. Arrest the person. At least the person then will not even be producing more children. Let's even stop at that. That is something that then we now means that child, that person, that person that is out there will not be giving us more children. That will now be a problem to the society. But this indiscriminate, just give birth, marry anyhow, put the children out there, they become a problem to the society. They become a problem to themselves, to their families, to everyone. It has to be stopped. We cannot continue in this manner, and this is absolutely not the way to go. The Nigerian government needs to do something about it. State government needs to do something about it. Religious bodies need to do something about it. Individuals, we also need to do something about it. This thing has to stop. It's absolute nonsense. Why are you giving birth to children that you cannot take care of? Some of them come and tell that, the prophet said, people should populate. He didn't say you should populate rubbish. He didn't say you should populate people that are going to be a menace to the society. He said you should populate people that he's going to be proud of. He didn't say you should populate people that are going to turn out, to be a problem even to themselves. So we need to actually begin to work on all of these things and do the needful. Thank you so much for watching.